Vince, how are you?
Never better, man. I feel great right now.
4 days after your fight, man, how are you feeling physically?
Physically, I'm fine. I got a little scratch on my nose, you can see. But actually, dude, starting 2 weeks out from the fight, I got cut every week on my nose in a different spot. So I went into the fight with an already kind of compromised nose. First punch split me open. I could see the blood out of the corner of my eye. I was so mad. I was thinking about my training partner, Chris O'Connor, all that motherfucker.
Yeah. Before we get to the finish, leading into the fight, right? Like Hunter Azure was a hype prospect for a while, got released. When you thought of that matchup, like was it an automatic like yes, like this is a perfect matchup?
I wouldn't necessarily say perfect in terms of like we match up and like cool, I can beat this guy without a doubt. Like he posed some real problems, but like those are the kind of fights that I'm attracted to. Like I think they bring out the better versions of myself, and yeah, I was hyped. I got goosebumps right now thinking about it, dude. Like they called me for it, and I was like, yeah, cool, sign me up, let's do it. And then I kept bugging my manager Lance every day. I'm like, hey bro, did we get a contract? Did we get a contract? Did we get a contract? Like I'm good to go. And just like every other fight that I've been offered since the release, I mean, I've said yes to it and I've been down. So.
Well, what was the game plan leading into the fight?
Leading into it, we just thought we'd be able to outpoint him a little bit, make him take a bad shot, and then work him on the ground, which kind of played out that way. So.
The Peruvian necktie, the Vinchuvian,
yeah, I got my own little spin on it.
So we all saw you were trying to do it last fight, but you got it this fight. So walk me through, I guess, like, did you, was it a plan going into the fight? Like you were going to try it because you tried every fight, or was it just like you saw an opening and you were going to do it?
Dude, sarcastically, I had told Lance before the fight, I think it's my third fight in a row that I've jumped a Peruvian, and he told me, he's like, will you stop jumping Peruvian? I was like, no, I can't promise anything. I'm going to get it. I was like, how mad are you going to be when I catch this Vinchuvian out here? And he's just kind of laughing. He's like, shut up, dude, just because it's like something I just hit in the gym, but I've been working on for, I don't know, almost a year now or so. And then, so I jumped a Peruvian once, and I was like, I kind of feel him like it's hard to fight out of those. And then I had an anaconda locked up that he fought out of, and he was gurgling through the whole time, and I was like, he's cooked, he's getting there. And then I got to my front headlock position, and I was like, dude, I'm you know what, I'm gonna throw this up. I was like, fucking, why not? And so my little spin that like we kind of thought of, it's like the Peruvian meets a Darce involving the leg. So I just threw the leg in there across the neck and just got to squeezing.
When you were in there, like, did you feel like he wasn't able to defend it, like he didn't know how to defend it, or was it just like kind of locked up perfectly that he was kind of just fucked?
A little bit of both. I think it's a hard one to defend though once you get in that position. I mean, you've got to be like ready to scramble and roll and try to get the foot. Like there's a lot to do, which that's one reason I use it, because it cooks people. Again, it fries them. Then cool, now I'm back to my other stuff. But if you don't know how to get out of it, or you're tired at that point, then it's rough, and like a tap's the only way out.
And do you do that in the gym? Like how do you practice? Like how do you practice it?
Yeah, dude, that's just a move. Man, I think it was like 8 months ago or so, right around the New Year when I got back. Maybe it was right before I left to Japan. I was just playing with some front headlock stuff, and I kept failing on this Peruvian, and I was like, there's got to be something different I could do. And I just adjusted my hands, and I was like, I think I just moved and put my shin there, and I was like, that seems uncomfortable. And then it's funny, since I got it, everybody's asking me, oh, dang, does that hurt? I'm like, I don't know. You're going to have to ask them, dude. It seems like it would in my mind.
Another storyline during the fight was like you had to go out there and finish him to win for Team Vegas, right? So did you have any idea like you had to go out there and finish it?
That's my goal anyways. Yeah. I wasn't really thinking, like as much as I knew the team needed it, that was in the back of my mind. I was like, we need to finish, whatever, back of the head. Like my goal going out there was like, I'm going to break this dude. If I knew he's coming off first round KO or second round KO with a one shot, so I knew he was going to kind of be gunning it. So I was like, okay, first round, I'll take it slow. I'll be mindful. I'll watch out for that bomb. And then, eventually I was just like, I'm going to break you. Like going back in the fight, I thought I had lost the first round. Second round was kind of close, and I was like, I'm going to cook you in the third. Like I was like, I'm going to get you. And I going back and watching it, I think I did better than I thought earlier on, but it's just a gradual thing, and I knew eventually, whether that be the first minute or the last second, I was going to break him.
4-0 since you've left the UFC, 3 finishes, 5.
Yeah.
I mean, you're doing things what a fighter that gets released from the UFC is supposed to do, right? You're supposed to go out there and make yourself undeniable, make yourself like, I'm too good to be on the regional scene. I need to be in the best fight organization. And so do you feel like you've done it?
I feel like I've been doing it. I think like 2 fights ago, maybe once I got back from Japan, I was like, I got to be a shoe-in now. Like this is it. And I was just kind of waiting around. A fight came up. Screw it. I'll take another fight. I'll prove it again. Same thing happened. I took that fight, waited around for a minute. I was like, okay, I think I need another fight. Whatever. I'd rather stay focused on a fight, and then the UFC is going to be the byproduct of the work, and I'm just putting in all that work. I felt like I kind of dug myself a hole within the UFC, and I had to prove to not just myself, but everybody that I'm better than what I did in there. And yeah, so a lot of these, I guess you can kind of say this is my apology for some of the stuff I was doing, and this is the Vince Morales that you can expect to see going forward.
You said that you needed to prove yourself, and you feel like you've proved yourself.
Yeah, 100%. I think I put some of those guys on notice. I think when they see me and they see what I've been doing on the regional scene against other tough guys, it's not like I'm out here smashing cans. No, I'm out here like I'm trying to get in fights with people. A couple guys have been UFC veterans. Fought Japan's best guy. Fought some other studs. Like I'm down for it, and I think people are starting to recognize that now.
And I've heard horror stories from ex-UFC fighters that are fighting the regional scene. It's either no one wants to fight you because you're an ex-UFC fighter, or everyone wants to fight you because of your career in the UFC. What's been your kind of path?
I've had so many no's, dude. Which is bizarre to me because I didn't feel like after watching some of my stuff in the UFC, I'm like, bro, I'm not that scary. Like, yeah, okay, I'm good and I can hang with some of the best, but I'm not like I wasn't putting it on him like I should have been. And so I thought once I got released, I'd be like, okay, cool, they're gonna want that. But nobody wanted it. I had maybe before I got my first fight post UFC, I think I had like 9 no's or something. I had said yes so many times, and nobody. I was like, I was like, dude, this is different. I'm not used to this because UFC, everybody's down.
And I guess has it been a struggle? Like, obviously, regional pay and UFC pay is completely different, obviously. So, like, has it been a struggle finding fights and having these guys say no?
Definitely. My bank account hates me right now. Man, man, I didn't even want to say this, but like going into this fight week, I think my bank account was negative 200 before I got my damn per diem, and per diem brought me almost back to zero. Like, oh great, fucking cool, yeah. It's been a grind, but like I think it's like a moment of clarity as well, because it really puts things in perspective where like, bro, do you want to be doing this? Are you sure? Because MMA is not loving you back right now. Like, yeah, it's great in the room and you're learning new things, you're getting better. You got dick to show for it. So yeah, I do want it, and I do think it's going to pay off eventually. And I'm hoping that eventually is sooner rather than later, because I think I'm good to go now. Like, I really want to get back in there and show these guys that, like, dude, you haven't seen nothing what I can really do.
And thank you for your honesty, because it's a very honest take and raw take. Like, once you get out of the UFC, a lot of fighters quite question, like, do I deserve to be there? Should I just call it a wrap? Like, I had my time to shine. Do I go get a regular job? Do I go teach? Like, I'm saying? So, like, was there ever a point in these few years that you're like, maybe this is it?
Not so much that I wasn't going to be doing it in one way or another. I was just like, man, I'm gonna have to go get a real job so I can keep doing this. But like, but to me, when I think like that, it still shows me that I'm committed to the art and building my craft. So it's just one thing. I picked up like training clients in my free time, and which has helped make most of my ends meet, thankfully. But still, going into fight week negative $200 is really like, man, it's a good thing I'm not eating this week. Like, bruh.
Can't rely on those 99-cent ramen noodles.
Oh, bro, not even, dude. No carbs.
So, I mean, it's just kind of just flat out, man. Like, what's your message to the UFC? What's your message to the matchmakers? Like, I feel like most people feel you've done enough. Mm-hmm. You've proved. You've done what they expect a ex-UFC fighter to do, right? So what's your message to them?
Fucking put me in, coach. Like goddamn. I'm ready. I know I had 8 fights, and I think we saw some, I called them glimpses of greatness. Like, I can do some good things. I wasn't really pulling the trigger. I'm 100%, I'm all in mentally now. Like, I was all in physically and financially and everything before, but mentally the switch is on. And whoever's in front of me, I don't care if like somebody falls out and it's a championship fight next week or something. Like, I'm down for whatever. And I think I proved that, and to prove that again on the big show, that's where I need to be. That's where I'm going to be.
One last thing about the I mean, you kind of go back and look at your UFC run, like you lost to only really good guys, and went the distance with Song Yadong, like you're as time goes on, those losses are like they age well, right? Obviously, you hate losing. I've talked to you many times.
100%.
Fucking losing fucking sucks. But like, you know, is there any? I don't even know how to phrase it, but like, is there any? Do you have hope, knowing like what you did back then compared to like your skill set now? Like, the ceiling is
that
right?
much higher, right? Yeah, I 1000%, dude. I think it's. If I was competing at the high level with those guys, not even switched on and not where I need to be, I'm there now. So what's it going to look for these guys when I fight them again? You know what I mean? It's kind of my thought process. All respect to those guys because they're great. Most of them are still doing their things. Like, that's good for you, but that shit is not going to go the same when you see me again.
On the spot, but like if the matchmakers would be like, all right, we'll give you a call. Who do you want? Is there somebody that you want to fight in the bantamweight division right now?
Let me see. Who would make sense? I want to fight them all, dude. Like, I was really hoping when I found out Chris Gutierrez lost his opponent. I know I lost that fight. Like, that was my most devastating loss of my entire career. When I found out he needed an opponent, was that 2 weeks ago now? I think. So, bro, put me in. I was like, I'm gonna get him this time. I'm gonna get him. And no matter who it is, that's how I feel I'm gonna be in there because it's not. Yeah, it's a fight between the both of us, but it's not your fight, it's my fight.
Thank you so much for your time, Mitch. I really
Cheers,
appreciate
bro.
it.
Appreciate it.
Last thing, how's your app doing?
App's doing good. I think I got a few more things to really tweak it and get it really going, but it's been doing good. I got a lot of good feedback, which that app's React Workouts. Definitely check that out, iOS and Android. It's dope. It's essentially, I'm your virtual coach, and I'm walking you through some shadow boxing and heavy bag stuff. I was literally using React Workouts because coaches couldn't come out till Thursday last week. So I was using React Workouts for my workouts to start sweating over there. So it's a good tool, and it's used at the highest level.
Want to plug your social media, any sponsors you want to thank anybody? The floor is all yours.
Big shout out to the one, the only John Wood. He's the guy. I think he's believed in me almost more than I believed in myself at certain points in the past. And I don't think I wouldn't have developed the way that I've developed post UFC without like his guidance and leadership in the gym and with our sessions individually. He's the man, and I think you can see that in the syndicate room right now. We've got killers left and right. And I was starting the syndicate gold rush is what we're calling it. I had a title fight. Marab's got one. Khalil's got one. It's strap season, son. So, and I think we started it off with a bang. And yeah, without John Wood, none of that's possible. But the whole team here at Syndicate is it's like my second family, and I spend most of my time here, and I love it. And just thank everybody for everything. Got a few really good sponsors that helped me out with this one. That was Market X did a bunch of shirts for me, which you can find on Vendetta.com. Did some stickers, also Vendetta.com. Elliot Inco is the man. Gun Hand Welding back in Boise helped take care of me throughout camp. And Grunt Style, Vince 15 at checkout. They just hooked me up with some stuff. They really liked my message. We're kind of on brand for the same stuff, and yeah, we got a partnership worked out. So shout out Grunt Style. Hit me up on all my social medias at Vendetta135. Let's go, baby.